Welcome back to another one of these videos where I take a bunch of questions that you humans have asked me and I try to answer them. What is the advantage of having higher ISO and more megapixels? I don't know. What I can tell you is that I think there's too much emphasis in camera specs put on ISO and megapixels, given that ISO, when you cross like 3200 ISO, the shot is basically unusable due to the grain and the colors. I don't know why people want cameras that go up to ISOs like 256,000 when that image is completely useless. Also, it's 25,600, not 250. Okay. And with megapixels, once you cross a certain point, the human eye can't distinguish the difference unless it's a photograph on like a billboard or something. So if you're taking your Instagram photos in 50 megapixels, basically, why? Also, given that any site you upload to, Instagram, Flickr, Facebook, will compress the image and display it where you can't see all 50 of those megapixels anymore. I don't know. Do you always use HitFilm Express, and do you use any add-ons? Yes, I do always use HitFilm Express. I've used it for about at least 2 years now. I've been using the free version of HitFilm, and I did recently purchase one add-on that is the video codec add-on, I think, because this camera shoots a type of video that HitFilm doesn't support, and I had to buy an add-on so that I could actually import the footage from this camera. But other than that, all of my tutorials are made and all of my videos are edited using just HitFilm Express 2017 with no add-ons. Patreon? I don't know. I'd ask you. Patreon? When is the short film out? No one asked that, but I still want to tell you that the short film that I've been working on all summer will be released on this channel tomorrow, Sunday, August 20th. I'm excited, if you couldn't tell from my current expression. How do you get less shaky footage using a small camera? The two basics of stabilized footage is that the further the camera is from your hands, the more stable— oh no, this is overexposed. The more distance there is. SD card ran out of space. Cool. There are two basic factors that dictate the amount of shake that you'll see in your footage. That is the number of places that you are touching the camera, whether that be your hands, your shoulders, your eye on a viewfinder, and the second one is the distance from where you're holding the camera and where the lens is. This is why you see all these crazy camera rigs like shoulder rigs and fig rigs. The purpose of those camera systems is to get your hands further away from the camera and to enable you to have more spots where the camera is touching your body. And of course there are other techniques that help get more stable footage, like using slow motion when you're filming and stabilizing in post. When you're in a hurry to color grade a video, do you sometimes wish that you had LUTs? Well, I don't wish that I had LUTs because I do, I just don't use them. HitFilm has, I believe, a $10 or $20 add-on pack that enables you to use LUTs along with a bunch of other cool color grading effects that the Express version doesn't include. Express, not Express. Express is not a word. I think I would still prefer to have the control though, even if I was in a rush. I would rather than using LUT, I would prefer to just color grade one shot the way that I want it to look, then paste that onto everything else. My main problem with LUTs is that they assume— why is everything overexposed? LUTs assume that one grade can work for any shot, which is completely not the case. I like the color grading to aid the story. Even in my vlogs, I try to use color grading to create the right atmosphere, not just a cool atmosphere. So while teal and orange is my go-to grade for most of my videos, if it's raining outside, I'll go for more of a muted gray look. Check out my latest video. I get comments like this all of the time, and I'm sure that those of you who make videos of your own will know what it's like to get annoying spam comments all the time. If you're one of the people who leaves comments like that say, hey, here's a link to my channel, check it out. If you want to send me a video of your own, I have a Twitter, an email, an Instagram. Just send me a direct message. I'd be more than happy to watch it and get back to you. Just don't put it in the comments. That is spam. Thoughts on the DJI Spark? I feel like I have pretty much the same thoughts on the DJI Spark that everyone else did, which is that it looked really cool at first, and then we got more information on it, and it turned out it actually kind of sucks. First, it looked like a small portable $500 drone that could produce cool footage, and I considered selling my Phantom drone and getting that one instead because they were the same price. But now that it seems it's closer to a $700 drone and not a $500 drone, I'm not gonna do that, obviously. Not to mention the footage that I've seen from the Spark really doesn't look all that good. It's very shaky. I've heard it's quite difficult to fly, and that the signal is pretty spotty, so I am no longer considering upgrading to it. And now, the single most asked question on my channel, if it even counts as a question: why did you compare Steven Suptic to Jake Paul? I've gotten this comment at least 10 times now. You can tell that these people are passionate. All I wanted to do was make the connection that Steven Suptic and Jake Paul, therefore they are similar. And I made a mistake. Anyway, this has been a kind of all over the place interesting video, but if you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, do feel free to share your support by leaving a like or even subscribing to my channel. I upload new filmmaking videos every Saturday and new vlogs and everything else videos every Wednesday. Keep creating awesome things. I'll see you at the short film tomorrow.